FX Chief here. You know, at Market Traders Institute, we have two very amazing courses. One is called the Dollar Index, whereby we trade a basket of currencies. And the other one is called the Art of Yen, whereby we also trade a basket of currencies. And I will be talking about what it means to trade a basket of currencies. But the most important thing about trading a basket of currencies is that it takes away from the hero or zero trading environment. No doubt, trading on the Forex or in any market is very emotional. It's driven by fear and greed, and what ends up happening is when traders enter into an environment of being fearful, they end up self-destructing. And since emotions are really 90% of the game, most traders' trading accounts are closely tied to their emotions. The more emotional they are, the less money they make, and the less emotional they are, the more money they make. Well, as I said earlier, necessity is the mother of invention, and I too, before I became a master trader, see, first the disaster, then the master, I too was heavily locked into a hero or zero, trading one currency at a time. Either I'd win for the day or I'd lose for the day. And so I wanted to get away from that. And in getting away from that, I came up with what's called a basket of currencies. Now, one of the things that I do is study strategies. And one of the best books I've ever read is called The Art of War. Now, The Art of War is an ancient Chinese military treatise attributed to Sun Tzu, a high-ranking military general, strategist, and tactician for the Chinese government. It has been the most famous and influential of China's 7 military classics, and for the last 2,000 years, it has remained the most important military treatise as well as strategies in Asia, where even the common people apply it to everyday living. Now think about it. Where people apply it to everyday living. Well, I've also found out that it can be applied to trading. See, it is said, if you know not yourself and know not your opponent, you will lose most all battles. Well, I look at the market as my opponent. Okay, it is the, and I don't want to use the term enemy, but it is our challenge. And see, one of the things that the Forex offers is it offers more opportunity than it offers experienced traders able to take advantage of those opportunities. So if you know not yourself and know not your opponent, you will lose most all your battles. If you know yourself and know not your opponent, you will lose half your battles and risk losing the war. How many traders know what they will do in a trade, but then they don't know how the market works? See, if you know yourself and know not how the market works, you will lose half your battles and risk losing your overall trading account. See, if you know not yourself, and know your opponent, I know how the market works, but I get into a trade and I just, I fiddle with that trade, I move my stops, I self-destruct, and I end up losing in the end. See, if you know not yourself and know your opponent, you will lose half your battles and risk losing the war or risk losing your trading account. It is only when you know yourself and know your opponent that you will win most all your battles, but also win the war. Let's see if I can explain to you how you win the war even before you trade, because another one of Sun Tzu's statements was, victorious warriors win first and then go to war. See, well, defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. See, in other words, before we even enter the market, our strategy wins. before we enter. See, we've already won our pips before we get involved due to executing a successful strategy. Now, here's how it works. What you're looking at is you're looking at the British pound traded against the Japanese yen. And if you look at this green line is what's called an automated trend line. It's monitoring the price movement of the market. And the bears live below the trend line and the bulls live above the trend line. And what I've created is I've created a trading system whereby when the bears start to take control, the candles turn red. And when the bulls start to take control, the candles turn green. I've also created what's called a trigger line, which is this blue line. See, when the blue line crosses from the south to the north and you have bullish candles, the market is turning bullish. Look at how the market went up. And when the candles cross from the north to the south and the blue line crosses and the candles are red, look at how the market turned bearish. Well, see, in the spirit of winning before we even execute a trade, see, the market is constantly fluctuating. It's constantly going up, constantly going down, constantly going up. And this is how you win before you execute the trade. See, when the market is above the automated trend line and the blue trigger line is on the north side, and knowing that the bulls live above the automated trend line, that means that the market is slowly turning bullish. And so when the candles cross the automated blue line and the market breaks what's called a counter trend line, then that means the market is turning bullish, and we have green candles, which means the market is turning bullish, and so we enter the market buying. Okay? We enter the market buying. And more importantly, we always trade with a protective stop just in case the market goes the opposite way. We place a stop in to eliminate loss, and then we can wait until the market starts to rally, or you can pick out and say, I'm going for 100 or 200 pips, and look at how the market starts to go our way from the beginning. See how we have won this war? Look at this market rallying. And so watch how unique this automated trading system. See how the candles turn green, which represent it's time to buy? And see how we put in a protective stop right here? And then, as long as the market stayed green, we stayed in, and then we sold it when we got our first bearish candle. See how the candle just turned red right here? See, so we're going to sell. Well, this trade, believe it or not, look at this. This trade ended up literally being worth 216 pips. Now, everybody look at the date. This took place, this trade, I'm going to highlight this candle. You can see on 9/1/2013 at 1700 Eastern Standard Time, this market gave a buy signal, and look at how the GBP JPY rallied for 216 pips. See, victorious traders win first before they even execute a trade, and while defeated warriors or defeated traders sit down in front of their computer and they enter the market without having a strategy, but they enter the market seeking to win. Now, here's how a basket of currencies works. See, instead of just trading one currency, what we're going to do is when a Japanese yen currency is starting to rally, you go look for other Japanese yen crosses that are also rallying. Look at here how this one right here This is the Euro JPY. The market gave a green bullish candle and it rallied 135 pips. Look at how the market here broke a counter trend line. It too gave a bullish candle and the market rallied 165 pips. Here's where the current market is. The red arrow represents where the current market is. Today is 9/3/2013. Now here is the New Zealand JPY. Here is a counter trend line that broke, and as soon as it broke and gave a bullish candle, see, trading a basket currencies is getting involved with several currencies at one time where the market lines up. Now look at here how this market went from the bearish side of the automated trend line to the bullish side of the trend line, and then went from red candles to green candles and then began to rally. Look at how the Canadian dollar traded against the Japanese yen. It broke its counter trend line and it rallied up 102 pips. And then you had the US dollar JPY trading. It was kind of flat and then it began to rally 98 pips. Combine all these, look at, you have 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 750, 800, close to 900 pips in a day. This is called basket trading. See, the key to successful trading, everybody, is you've got to know when it's time to get in, and when it's time to get in, you've got to pull the trigger, because he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot fight will be victorious. See, it's like this. See, if you and I were sitting here together and we were looking for a trade, I would be saying, look, it's not time to enter the market. It's not time to enter the market here, nor is it time to enter here, nor is it time to enter here. I'm not interested in entering this market since the bulls are in control. I'm only interested in entering this market when it's time to fight. As the Chinese warrior Sun Tzu said, he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. See, here it's not time to fight. Here it's time to fight. See, the market is my opponent. It is only when you know yourself and know your opponent that you will win most all your battles, but most definitely win the war. I'm here to capture pips over and over and over. Excellence at trading is not a one-time event. It's got to be a habit. And in order to become a successful trader, you need to be involved in strategies that work. You need to be involved in trading several currencies, what I call a basket of currencies, in order to get away from that hero zero. See, by trading a basket of currencies, you have increased the probability of being successful. Even if one or two of these currencies started to move against you, you have 5 of them left over that will move in your direction. That's what basket trading is all about. Hopefully you want to learn more about how to become that successful currency trader. I hope you will sign up and attend our next webinar. It will surpass your expectations. Having said that, I wish you all health, happiness, and successful trading, and hope to see you in our next webinar. This is the Chief.